My dear friend, very good evening. Today we will discuss about on my this channel that is known as KAFFIR International Organization. What is the stupidity among some people of this world? When there was a Philistine and or the Hamas versus Israel war continue, one fellow, the woman fellow of India, was coming to Delhi to get the visa of Philistine to fight against the Hamas. To fight against the Israeli Defense Services. आईडीए बोलते हैं Israeli Defense Army. And when some journalist or the people asked to her that why are you going to Palestine fight against with the Israeli combat groups, because Hamas is being trailed by the Israeli Defense Army. Then she screamed on the television cameras that this community is not a covered community. I am Muslim and I am not covered. It is very amazing that this woman's ancestors were Sindhu or Hindus. Certainly, her ancestry is Hindu. Her ancestors were Hindu, but she is so dare. Then why her ancestor was not so brave? They converted into Islam and wearing the salwar, fear of the sword. उसके पुरखों ने तलवार के डर से सलवार पहन ली. But she was screaming on the television cameras that I am Muslim, I am not coward. My dear sister, who was screaming on the television camera, all 99% Muslims of India converted from Hindus. Their ancestry as a cowardice ancestry. Because a single verse of Islam or Quran does not respect any non-Muslim or Hindus. If some people say that Islam is a good religion, the peaceful religion, please tell me where is the peace in Islam? This is the helplessness of your ancestor. There was no option. Instead of embrace Islam, due to cowardness, greediness, or due to fear of sword. This sister is not belong to the brave ancestry. Her ancestry is very coward ancestry. Even the Zaid Hamid ancestry belong to coward ancestry. He is the descendant of the coward ancestors, which were the Hindus. Same thing with Inzimamul Haq, Javed Miandad, Sahidi Apridi Shoaib Akhtar. I am mentioning these names only that these are so stupid. They do not know even the real history of the Pakistan and Islam. They are so ignorant. They hail from the coward ancestry. They converted from the Hindus. But these people were screaming that we will go to Palestine. And Mr. Zaid Hamid, the most stupid people, a person among the Pakistani people. Zaid Hamid was wandering here and there with AK-47 a duplicate AK-47 in a field, and he want to try to Gazwa-E-Hind. Mr. Zaid Hamid, your ancestors' women were brutally molested by these Arabic and Turkish invaders, which are the icon of Zaid Hamid, or your icon, Mr. Zaid Hamid. You are so stupid that your forefathers, women's rapist, killer of your forefathers, are the icon of you. This is the extreme stupidity which inhibits all the converted Muslims through Indian subcontinent. Your ancestors were also the filthy, najas, lower than beast, because they were Hindus. According to Islam, the non-Muslims are lower than the beast, or the dog, or the pig. It has been written in your hadith and the Quranic jurisprudence. So such stupid type people who wanted to Gazwa-E-Hind against India, Mr. Jaim Hamid, you are the resultant of that sperm who came your motherly side ancestry. You are hybrid fellow, because when the Muslim Islamic invaders came to here, they molested your women's, your ancestor women's, and the resultant of the birth of Zaid Hamid like people. This is why Mr. Hassan is so clever journalist. He aligned his ancestry from the Pakistani people. He is screaming or quoted that I am not Pakistani. My DNA is differ from the Pakistani. My DNA belong to uh, Central Asia Turkish people. I don't think he belonged to the Turkish people to seeing his face. So such type of stupidity endures in the so-called converted Muslims throughout the Indian subcontinent, mainly India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. Pakistan, Bangladesh and India is the home of those so coward people. They were converted by the sword, and they are seeing the dream in the day of Gazwa-E-Hind. Gazwa-E-Hind already happened against your forefathers' women, and the resultant is the birth of Zaid Hamid like people. Now, the Islam recited that the all non-Muslim are kafir. What would you like to say about Prophet Muhammad Sahib? He was not a Muslim. Up to 40 years old, he was simply non-Muslim. Certainly, he was used from the Hashim clan, and his total life was 63 years old. He was died. Then the major portion of Prophet Muhammad's life was a kafir. Means according to Islam, your Prophet Muhammad was also najas or filthy according to the Quran. Those verses which were sent by Jibril from the side of Allah, as Muhammad distorted or fairy tale, stated the fairy tale. Prophet Muhammad was not a Muslim. He was kafir. He was non-Muslim. Then he must be najis or filthy, according to Quran. So such ideology which cannot uh, pardon even its prophet. How we can say that this ideology can be survived for the humanity and the peace? nothing else. This is the idiotic statement of so many Pakistani peoples that we are the Muslims, the superior than to other non-Muslims. How you can be superior than other non-Muslim? Whenever your prophet was also non-Muslim, up to 40 years, only 33% life of Prophet Muhammad was as a Muslim. So the non-Muslim life part is inclined toward the kafir ideology. Means those kafir which are najas or filthy, lower than to beast. So six, two-third part of Prophet Muhammad was as a non-Muslim. You must think about this also. A man who is killer, rapist, or robber, and if he is not Muslim, then he will go to Jahannam. After killing so many people, raped so many women, and looted so many wealth, if you ultimately convert to Islam, he will go to Jannat or heaven. What a stupidity you have. This stupidity distorted the whole Islamic world. The father of and mother of Prophet Muhammad was not Muslim. According to the Islam, the father and mother of Prophet Muhammad may be in hell. What type of this stupidity? If one cult cannot respect the parent of a particular prophet, then what type of stupidity? How this Islam can respect the non-Muslims who are by birth is non-Muslim? Whenever the birth giver of Prophet Muhammad Sahib, according to Islam, is beast lower than pig and dog. What a spread hate spreading ideology. This is the resultant of this ideology, that everywhere people are living wilderness who are Muslims. And this is why many countries are now thinking the true fact of this Islam, which was hiding by the Islamic scholar in the name of Arabic language, that nobody know to Arabic language which is non-Muslim. This is not true. Many Christians are living in Iraq. They teach, learn, read and write and speak Arabic in their daily routine. So no question that Arabic language is the only language related to the Muslims. Even my father, I am not Muslim, I am Hindu, but my father could read and write the Urdu language. The language does not mean related to everybody. The Indian Muslim can speak, read and write and teach the Hindi as well as many Muslims teachers are in the India who are teaching the Hindi, and many Hindus who are teaching the Urdu in the Islamic madrasa, if the Islamic madrasa will allow to teach them in madrasa. So this is not question that Arabic is such language that we cannot understand the real meaning of the Quran. This is only I was by the Islamic scholars that who do not know Arabic, they cannot know the resultant. There is verb is verb. If killing is killing. If a murder, that is murder. In Arabic, we can say qital. In Hindi, we can say hatya. In English, we can say murder. And in many more language, we can say in uh, another term. But term does not mean that killing is not killing. A dead body is dead body, whether he belong to Arabic language, whether he belong to English language, and killing is killing. So this doesn't mean if anybody can read the Arabic language, he will understand the real meaning of the Quran. Activity matters, not the language. After reading the Quran, many Muslims are screaming the jihad, the fight against the non-Muslims, up until the spreading of the Islam throughout the world, and totally elimination of the non-Muslim. This is theory. This is the deed of the Islamic followers. So deed and action are the main, not the language. You can abuse in any language, but you couldn't or cannot understand the any language what abuse you heard. You heard the abuse, but you cannot distinguish between the abuse. Means specific character of the words for the abuse in each and every language. Bastards in English, that is harami in Hindi or the Urdu. So this does not mean we do not know the Arabic or we cannot read the Arabic. Activities is the matter. Activities are the matter, not activity matter, result matter, and the uh, uh, deeds is significance, not the. So this is the only the dilemma of the Islamic scholars, that the real meaning of Quran will be hid by these so-called lies which are being telling by the many scholars. Dr. Yasir Al-Wazidi is the greatest liar. Mufti engineer is the greatest liar. Dr. Zakir Nayak is the greatest liar. Many Islamic scholars are so greatest liar, and they are some have Herculean also, as Tariq Masood, Tariq Jamil. Tariq Jamil is the Herculean. He is the businessman of the horse and glamour, and he is befuddling the Pakistani people in the name of the Islam. They are grabbing the money from the poor Pakistanis and from the YouTube because their following is too much. It is very amazing the stupidity creating products has the much following than those who are telling the truth of the Islam and the humanity. Certainly, this is a thankless job which we are doing. But these people, just like Tariq Masood, Tariq Zamil, which are telling lie and fetching the money from the YouTube in the shape of advertisement reimbursement. 55% reimbursement goes to the YouTube channel owner, and 45% goes to the uh, YouTube company. I think why the people are so stupid. Even many blind faith is driving by the our Indian uh, Sanatani Vedic people. They are telling lie day and night and doing Ram Katha, Falana Katha, and their behavior just not like Ram. They simply are orator, not a saint or sadhus. So my appeal to all the Pakistani or Bangladeshi peoples, why you are following Tariq Jamil, Tariq Masood, which are only befooling you. If the Allah is so powerful, why the Pakistani people are so poor? Why the Arabic people were so poor till 1938, when the petroleum was invented by a non-Muslim or a kafir. You are eating the bread of the kafir who invented the petrol in your country or Arabian countries. This fact must be understood by the Muslims throughout the world. This is only barbaric ideology which also stated hatred against the non-Muslims for their vested interest, as looting the caravans, looting the temples, synagogue, fire temples, or churches are the prime facts of the Islam. Means Islam is not a not a uh, not a religious cult, but it is ideology only to make money or wealth in the vested interests of the Muslims. This is why the jizya was imposed on the Hindus by Aurangzeb. This is a very organized looted institute of the non-Muslims throughout the world. No Almighty can kill those pupils who are not following the Islam, but the Allah of Islam allows to killing of the non-Muslims. Means this ideology is totally created by a simple man who was very interested wealth woman and the looted the caravans and the killing of the people who are not following his ideology, because he was the propagator of the Islam. He launches a ideology that is known as Islam. So Gazwa-E-Hind is a totally stupid thoughts of Zaid Hamid or Lal Topi. Thank you. See you. Vandewar.